Crocodiles don't hunt by speed, but by time, patience, and a carefully calculated approach. On riverbanks, they always choose low angles of attack, short distances, and moments when their prey is most vulnerable. Just one slow step, one misstep, and the balance of survival instantly shifts. These are stories of crocodiles that strike precisely, and those who make mistakes that cannot be undone in time. Alligators are among the oldest living creatures. Having existed for over 200 million years, they once lived alongside dinosaurs and have retained much of their prehistoric physical characteristics. Reaching lengths of up to 20 feet and weighing over 2,000 pounds, alligators didn't need further evolution to become the perfect predator. They live primarily in swamps, rivers, lakes, and mangrove forests in the southern United States, particularly Florida and Louisiana. Their eyes and noses are positioned high on their skulls, allowing them to see and breathe while their entire bodies are submerged underwater. They don't hunt with long-range speed, but with sheer patience and lightning-fast attacks at close range. The bite force of an alligator can exceed 3,000 pounds per square inch, stronger than even a lion or tiger. But their true strength lies not just in their muscles, but in their strategy. They know how to wait for the right moment, take advantage of the environment, and strike only once. In nature, crocodiles are symbols of silence, antiquity, and formidable power. They are not noisy or ostentatious, but always present as a survival machine proven by time. Elephants are symbols of calmness and unity in the natural world. Weighing up to 12,000 pounds, and living for over 60 years, they move in herds, led by experienced individuals. Their slow pace always hides a silent vigilance. One sunny afternoon, a herd of elephants waded across a deep river. The strong current disrupted their protective formation. The mother elephant maintained her lead, but a smaller calf slipped out of the group, losing its balance in the middle of the stream. From the mud beneath, a crocodile suddenly lunged. Its swift bite stirred the entire river. In that brief moment, the elephant's reaction was too late. The crocodile retreated with its catch. When the environment tilts in favor of the ambusher, courage often has no chance to be demonstrated. Lions are the rulers of the savanna. A mature male can weigh over 400 pounds, reach speeds of nearly 50 miles per hour, and possess a bite force of approximately 650 pounds per square inch. On the open land and with unobstructed views, their strength, speed, and pack mentality maintain their dominance. But as the lion pride approaches the riverbank to rest, that rhythm gradually changes. Space narrows, the ground becomes slippery, and murky water obscures familiar visibility. A lion cub leaves its guard, stepping too close to the water's edge, driven more by curiosity than vigilance. Hidden beneath the water's surface, the crocodile doesn't seek confrontation. It patiently waits for a small misstep. When the gap is broken, the attack is swift and precise. In this unfavorable environment, the lion cub's reflexes are no longer sufficient to regain the initiative. The encounter ends quickly. Crocodiles don't challenge the lion's dominance on land. They simply take advantage of its weakest moment. In nature, victory usually belongs to the one that understands when strength is no longer an advantage. African wild dogs are renowned for their collective strength and pack discipline. They hunt with sustained speed and agile movement to control large spaces. On the grasslands, each individual maintains its position, creating a precise hunting rhythm. As the pack of wild dogs approaches the water's edge, that rhythm slows. The damp ground and narrow space diminish their familiar maneuverability. A young individual approaches the river's edge, focusing on what lies ahead and overlooking what lies beneath. The water remains still. Then, in an instant, the crocodile leaps from the calm water. The attack is too quick for the pack to react. When speed and space are no longer effective, the wild dog's advantage quickly vanishes. The encounter ends quickly. The crocodile doesn't confront the entire pack, but waits for a moment of disarray. In nature, even the most effective tactics can become meaningless when placed in the wrong environment. Hyenas are intelligent and experienced predators. Their quick reflexes, excellent situational awareness, and almost constant caution mean they are rarely caught off guard. On land, hyenas always maintain a safe distance from potential threats. When a hyena approaches the water's edge to drink, the crocodile remains hidden beneath the surface. A swift lunge ensues, but the hyena manages to retreat, maintaining a standoff without panic. There is no prolonged chase. No decisive blow is struck. The encounter ends in a brief standoff. The crocodile retreats. The hyena doesn't advance further. This isn't a hunt, but a careful consideration between two creatures aware of the risks. In nature, when the benefits are too low and the risks too high, both choose to stop. Wildebeest migrate in enormous herds, sometimes numbering in the hundreds of thousands. They rely on numbers, regular migrations, and the ability to detect danger from afar. On the open savanna, numbers provide a sense of security. But when the herd stops at the riverbank to drink, vigilance wanes. Too many to protect each individual, too hasty to recognize the danger beneath the water's surface. Crocodiles are waiting. The attack comes at the moment of greatest chaos, swift and decisive. This time, the crocodile succeeds. One individual falls, and the migration continues. In nature, that is the familiar price of large-scale river crossings.
Oh, the cock is heading there. See that? But you see that crocodile needs help.
The loss of an
Oh,
individual
please,
becomes a
please.
source of sustenance for many other species, crocodiles, scavengers, and the surrounding ecosystem. In this cycle, collective life is sustained from a fleeting moment. Zebras rely on herd cohesion, but their level of caution is not as high as that of antelopes. In their familiar environment, they move quickly, react in groups, and rely on their instinct to flee. However, that calmness is easily disrupted when circumstances change abruptly. As the zebra herd descends into the river to cross, the current disrupts their rhythm. A young individual is separated from the herd, panicking in the deep water. A crocodile has already positioned itself in an ambush. Not just one, but many individuals coordinate, taking advantage of the moment of chaos to act. The water becomes an absolute advantage. In a short time, the balance shifts sharply in favor of the one hiding beneath the surface of the river. The encounter ends quickly. This is not simply about strength, but about how the environment is transformed into a weapon. In nature, water currents are not only a place for crocodiles to survive, but they are also the deciding factor in their fate. On the riverbank, there is no absolute power, only those who stand in the right position. The crocodile wins not because of speed or size, but because it understands the right timing and approach. Every moment of error has a price, and nature does not allow for correction. That is the silent law of the water, where survival is decided in silence. On the African savanna, hyenas are known for their attacks based on numbers and coordination. However, not every approach or close-range assault yields the intended results. When attacks encounter opponents with tight formations, strong defenses, or powerful protective instincts, the hyena's tactics can be thwarted. These moments demonstrate that in nature, not every attack ends in victory. On the vast savannas and scattered woodlands of Africa, the spotted hyena is a highly social predator. This species is often misunderstood due to its flexible foraging habits. In reality, hyenas are efficient hunters, operating based on pack coordination. An adult spotted hyena typically weighs between 120 and 150 pounds, with females usually larger than males. Their bodies have lower shoulders than hips, suited to sustained long-distance travel. Their strong jaws allow them to crush bones and utilize leftover food. Hyenas live in well-ordered packs, often led by females, with numbers exceeding 50 individuals. Hierarchy within the pack determines access to food and directly influences the development of offspring. They are active day and night, traveling more than 15 miles in each foraging cycle, thereby maintaining a stable position within the ecosystem. Lions are large cats with superior size and strength on the savanna. An adult lion can weigh many times more than a hyena, with a sturdy body, well-developed neck and shoulders, suitable for holding position and reacting directly. Whether at rest or alert, lions maintain a clear control around themselves. When hyenas appear, they don't approach individually. Many individuals spread out in a wide circle, advancing in short strides and pausing to observe the lion's reaction. Their numbers create constant pressure, forcing the lion to turn to observe and maintain a defensive posture. Tension increases when a single hyena gets too close. The lion reacts immediately, stepping forward and using its physical advantage at close range to control the situation. This action quickly makes the hyena pack aware of the risk. They spread out and retreated, ending their attempts to approach. The confrontation ended with the lions having the upper hand. In this case, numbers were insufficient to overcome the difference in size and individual strength. The hyena's retreat clearly demonstrates the limitations of pack tactics when facing a superior opponent. Cheetahs are the fastest land cats, yet they are very cautious. An adult cheetah typically weighs between 75 and 140 pounds, with a slender build suitable for short chases. After hunting an antelope, a cheetah usually needs quiet time to recover its strength. Once the prey is subdued, the hyena appears. They approach slowly, maintaining distance, waiting for the cheetah's reaction. Usually the cheetah would retreat to avoid conflict due to its disadvantage in strength and defensive capabilities. This time, the situation was different. The cub was nearby, preventing the cheetah from leaving its position. It repeatedly lunged forward, closing in and counterattacking decisively, forcing the hyena to retreat. Faced with fierce resistance and the risk of injury, the hyena stopped approaching and retreated. This encounter doesn't reflect a difference in size. It shows how the instinct to protect its young can completely alter its usual behavior. In nature, survival depends not only on physical advantages, but also on the circumstances and dynamics at the time. Honey badgers are small animals of modest size, but renowned for their fierce defenses. Their low profile, thick skin, and quick reflexes allow them to withstand pressure when surrounded. Honey badgers usually move alone and are ready to confront larger predators when necessary. When hyenas approach and surround them, honey badgers don't retreat, but constantly change direction, launching short counterattacks to keep their opponents at a risky distance. Their constant movement prevents the hyenas from determining a safe or stable approach point. After a period of not creating a clear opportunity, the hyena pack reduces pressure and retreats. The encounter ends with the honey badge emerging victorious. Their proactive defense and continuous reactions forced the hyenas to retreat, demonstrating that numbers don't always guarantee an advantage. Buffaloes are herbivores that live in large herds, constantly moving across the savanna in search of grass and water. Adult individuals are muscular, heavy, and possess curved horns that play a crucial role in protecting themselves and their young. During the breeding season, calves must stand and move within very short periods, as any slowness can cause them to become separated from the herd. When a calf is born and still weak, hyenas appear from the periphery. They approach cautiously, lowering their bodies and focusing their attention on the smallest individual. The distance narrows as the hyenas try to pressure and separate the calf from its surrounding protection. At that moment, the mother returns. It lunged forward, using its body and horns to block the hyena's approach. The decisive reaction forced the hyena to stop and retreat. The other adult individuals quickly formed a protective circle around the calf. The wildebeest prevailed as the herd regained control of the area. The calf was protected and continued moving in unison. The pressure from the hyena subsided, and the encounter ended. Leopards are solitary big cats that rely on caution and climbing ability to protect their hunted prey. An adult typically weighs between 90 and 150 pounds, is compact, and has quick reflexes. In many cases, the leopard drags its prey up a tree where it can eat quietly. That quiet doesn't always last. When hyenas spot prey, they approach from a distance, low-lying, moving slowly, and maintaining a safe distance. Instead of a direct confrontation, the The hyenas stand below, targeting weak points and continuously applying pressure. They avoid close range, where the leopard can inflict serious injury with its claws. Faced with increasing pressure and the risk of injury, the leopard begins to reassess the situation. Holding the prey means prolonged risk. Retreating helps conserve energy for the next hunt. Eventually, the leopard left the spot, and the hyena seized the food source. This outcome didn't come from sheer strength. It came from tactics, patience, and the ability to choose the right moment. In nature, survival depends on making the right decisions at the right time, not just on individual strength. African buffaloes are one of the most remarkably strong collective herbivores on the savanna. Adult individuals are large, heavy, and possess thick, curved horns. The safety of the young doesn't depend on speed, but on the discipline and cohesion of the entire herd. When hyenas appear, they quickly assess the formation. The buffalo herd doesn't scatter. The adults move closer, forming a living barrier, placing the young in the center. All approaches are blocked by the buffalo's body and horns. Hyenas move around the edge of the herd, searching for gaps. They try to approach from various directions, but cannot separate any individuals. After a long period without creating any clear opportunities, the pressure gradually decreases. The encounter ends with the African buffalo gaining the upper hand. The pack held their formation and successfully protected their young. The hyenas retreated, demonstrating that in situations like this, collective strength trumps any tactical approach. The hyenas' failed attacks demonstrate the clear limitations of tactics based on numbers and pressure. When the opponent maintains formation, reacts quickly, or possesses superior defensive capabilities, the balance quickly shifts. In every encounter, success or failure depends not only on strength, but also on the ability to read the situation and make the right decisions at the right time. On the savanna, survival is determined by prudent choices rather than reckless ones.